Welcome back. In this video, we are going to see how to animate our character. So first things first, select our hyper casual character, so the running version maybe, and drop it in the hierarchy. Okay, now you can see that it's huge. So let's scale it down. But first, let's create a new 3D object, capsule. Okay, this will give us the intended size. All right, so in the scene view, you can see that we can rotate weirdly here. I want to be able to rotate around the capsule. So for that, we need to click on the small box at the top right of the screen. Perfect. We just now turned into isometric view. We were in perspective view, if you want the terminology. All right, so now we can select our character in the hierarchy and diminish its size. So let's say 0.01, 0.01, and 0.01 on the z-axis too. Perfect. The size is now pretty much the size of a capsule. So we can delete our capsule. Nice. Now we want to add animations to our character. But first, I don't want to see the camera and the light icon here. So what you can do is in the hierarchy, click on the little eye here. All right, perfect. And you can also click on the hand to disable the possibility of moving them. All right, cool. Now, let's select our running character, right click on it and unpack the prefab because we are going to make our own prefab later. So basically the prefab is just an object in Unity that you can use and reuse multiple times, that you can instantiate at runtime. Okay, nice. Let's rename this guy to runner. It's more convenient as is. Okay, so the runner is made of two elements here, two main elements, let's say. The first one is the skinned mesh renderer. It's basically what allows us to see the player. So if you disable this component, we can't see the player anymore. The other game objects here are the bones that are used to animate the character. Nice. Let's add a component to our runner, and it's going to be an animator. This will help us animate our character. Perfect. So here we need to reference a controller. We don't have one yet, but let's create one. In the project window, right-click and create a new animator controller. Let's call it runner controller. Awesome. Then we can select our runner, drag the runner controller and drop it in the controller property. Perfect. We've done half of the work here, maybe more than half, actually. Okay, let's open the runner controller here. Double click on it, and we have this beautiful window that you can pan and move and zoom in and zoom out. So this is basically the place where you want to add all your animations and set up their logic. Okay, so I'm going to develop these two models here. Select the first animation and the second one and click Ctrl D. This will duplicate our animations and will help us read and write them if you want to edit them and so on. Okay. Now we want to add these two animations to our animator controller. So the easiest thing to do is to drag them and drop them into the animator. Perfect. So now you can spot a difference between the two animations here. One is gray and one is orange. Orange means that this is the layer state of the animator. So whenever you press play, it's going to play the breathing idle. So let's check now. Let's open our scene. Let's hit play. Okay, and in the game scene, of course, we can see it. But if you click on the scene window, you can see that the player is animating, but it stopped. And this is an issue. We want the animation to loop. So for that, let's exit the play mode, select the animator tab or window, double click on the breathing idle animation and tick the loop time checkbox. This will allow the breathing animation to loop. So let's hit play and go to the scene window again. And now we can see that the animation is looping. Perfect. This is exactly what we want. Then we can try again with the running animation. So to set the running animation as the default layer, we are going to right click on it and we're going to select set as layer default state. All right, you can see that it turned to orange. So let's hit play. And now we can see that the running, but I stopped promptly, sorry. The animation stopped, so we want it to loop. So double click on the running animation again. And in the inspector, check the loop time checkbox. All right, let's hit play again. Go to our scene tab, and we can see that the character is running. Perfect. But wait, we want to be able to move this guy now. So let's check how to do that in the next session.